kindness, altruism, benevolence. These powerful words characterize Albertans. Albertans have always been big-hearted, caring, and thoughtful. They have always shown compassion to those less fortunate. Beyond doubt, kindness is one of the most important parts of big Albertan soul. We know that kindness is a good for society and contributes to the overall health of the community. It's a pleasure to see the people of our beautiful province Alberta who are involved in their community. The kindness that resides in Albertans' hearts make the world a better place. We will show you how Albertans do their part to make life easier for others. We will show you how Albertans make other people smile. We will show you all those heroes who live in Alberta. And moreover, we will answer an important question. Why are Albertans so kind-hearted? Albertans have always set an example for the people around them. They have worked as an inspiration for the people who might not have been donating. Albertan charities are receiving more donations that bring us closer to the society we want to live in. Our journey starts at St. Vladimir's Ukrainian Orthodox Sobor, which is located in downtown Calgary. People call this place a place of power, since a tremendous amount of kindness is generated here. In the previous episode, we have already discussed St. Vlad's and the enormous support it's offering. In this episode, though, it's essential to have a closer look at how St. Vlad's helps Ukrainian evacuees in terms of donations. That is why our team will ask Yulia about donations and how they are organized. You have already met Yulia. As always, she keeps helping Ukrainian evacuees. She works full-time, yet it doesn't stop her from doing what her heart tells her. Yulia is eager to support. Helping others is a significant mood booster for her. The knowledge that she is helping others is hugely empowering and in turn makes Yulia feel happier.
So my name is Yulia Gorbach. I'm a parishioner of the St. Vladimir's Ukrainian Orthodox Sobor. I came to Canada in 2003. The mission is to provide initial onboarding of Ukrainian evacuees and provide them information necessary for settlement. We started our work on March 19th of 2022, and so far we've served over 5,800 people in our center. People get, we call it arrival package, that includes pillow, blanket, toothbrush, toothpaste, pot pan, maybe a cup and a plate. This arrival package is intended to take the initial shock of arrival with very, very little possessions to Calgary and starting that life right away without running around looking for things that are very basic in nature, but make huge difference in people's lives when they just arrive to Calgary, to any other country that is not your own. We've seen the difference in people's faces when they come in lost, confused, not knowing what to do, and coming out of the center with some possessions that they can cover themselves with a blanket, lay their head on their own pillow, and with information on how to proceed and how to settle their lives. The center had become a hub for Ukrainian evacuee arrivals and also a community that right now supports each other. A lot of evacuees that come and get initial help come back and help us operate the center, provide information to Ukrainian evacuees on their experience and how to easier get certain things done. And that was all directed towards a faster, easier settlement and achievement of employment for people when they come to a foreign country without knowing anything, without getting ready to immigrate. So our center was financed by private donations all this time. So we have been beyond blessed by partnerships and support that we received. We couldn't thank all our donors enough. Unfortunately, as the stories about Ukraine and the war in Ukraine vanished from the mainstream media, so did the donations. We're facing the closure of the center, and that would be quite a shame that the source, the first source, main source of support for Ukrainian evacuees is gonna disappear because of lack of donations. Every donation makes a difference. And as I mentioned before in my story, very tiny donation changed my life around. And I believe, very strongly believe, that if we help each other, everybody is better. The entire society is better. Our center is based at St. Vladimir's Ukrainian Orthodox Church. We help everybody. We help Muslims, we help everybody who comes through our door. We don't care about their denomination, their beliefs, their skin color, their sexual orientation. Don't even ask those questions because it's irrelevant. If person needs help, we help them. Our center works exclusively by volunteers. We work, nobody getting paid here, from people who work on Ukrainian evacuee project, let's call them. That includes our center. And 100% of donations go straight to Ukrainian evacuees. Before volunteering, every person needs to ask themselves, why are they doing that? Why am I volunteering? Is it to satisfy your own desire to tame some potentially guilt in yourself, or you really just want to make a difference? Those are two very, very different things. And if it's the latter, you're welcome in our center. We have a sign-up genius posted on our website, and we will be happy to see this.
St. Vladimir's Ukrainian Orthodox Sobor is one of many places in Calgary that helps Ukrainian evacuees. It's important to show other places that do their best to help the people of Ukraine in this difficult time. We are at Calgary Ukrainian Donation Warehouse, another place of power that generates kindness and care in Alberta. Calgary Ukrainian Donation Warehouse has been coordinating and distributing donated furniture, household and essential items collection in Calgary since the beginning of the military conflict. The warehouse's collective efforts are focused on assisting with the need for furniture and important items for those arriving in Alberta. Ksenia is another big-hearted Albertan. She is the one who coordinates everything in Calgary Ukrainian Donation Warehouse. Ksenia has a dream of making this world a better place. We will ask Ksenia about her meaningful work at the center.
So my name is Ksenia, and when I remember the day when the war started, my husband woke me up and said that Russia invaded Ukraine, and I couldn't believe it, and it was just such a denial process for the first few days. And after the first few days, I realized that I had to do something, and I registered our house as a free housing for Ukrainian refugees. And so then eventually the family of 6 arrived, and we hosted them for some time. And when I learned that they were coming with only 4 carry-ons with them, I started to gather items and clothing and shoes and toys for the kids and for the family. And that's when it all began for me, for our family. So when the first family we were hosting were about to arrive, I realized that I had to find some things for them to wear, as they were coming with only 4 carry-on luggages for 6 of them. So I made this post and I said, listen guys, here is the situation. Can anyone help with anything? And so people started, and I just gave my address, and people started to bring clothing and shoes and just everything to this specific family. And it was very natural when my husband and I just decided to empty our garage, clean it up, then spend the whole weekend just getting rid of a bunch of stuff and rearranging it, and it was really nice and tidy and empty. So our garage turned into a little place where people can just come in and get the items they needed. And then the word spread out, and people started to call me or my husband, and we would drive around Calgary and gather these free items. Drive south, drive west, drive north, just drive everywhere. So within 2 weeks, I remember we put over 2,000 kilometers on the truck just within Calgary by gathering all of those free items. We already had a couple hundred, I think, by then, People were just coming in all the time. I was making announcements every couple of days so that the new arrivals will know about this free place, free items where they can just come and get whatever they needed. And that's when Dan said that we gotta find something, some place where we can just store all of that. And a week later, we went to this conference in the mountains and chatted to some people, and one gentleman said, "Hey guys, I might have a solution for you. My friend have this place, maybe he can give you a key to that." And a few days after, we got a key to this amazing warehouse. It's a 9,000 square feet. So when it was in the garage, I remember calling and just asking for community to support me, because I was not able to make it all pretty, make it all nice, and people would come on their free time and just help me to arrange it in the garage. And so then when we got this space, a few people with full trucks came and we just packed everything up, boxed it up, moved it here. And then the whole other team, the whole other crew came and they were unpacking it here. And so then what is happening is, what I notice is that Ukrainians who just got here and they don't have any friends, they don't know anyone, they don't have a job yet, and they come here and this is a safe, happy place for them. They get to know each other, they make these friendships. Often they even found a job while being at the center, just because they would chat with other volunteers or donators who are coming to drop off items, and so on and so on. And so then the way it's working out here, people would be here for a month, 2 months, maybe 3 months, and then they finally have settled life, and then they're ready to move on, and then the new people come in, new arrivals starting to do the same. I'm so fortunate that we do have people returning all the time as well. And for example, we have one room only for newborns. So from swaddles and diapers and little bathtubs and baby powder, everything you can think of, we have in one room. And then the second room is from 1 to 4, and we have all the room with little shoes and different clothing too. And then we have a room with the shoes, and we have a room with clothing only for men, and we have 3 rooms with clothing for women, which are separated by sizes for the convenience. We have room for between 5 and 16 for the kids, and house decoration, and the whole room is for pillows and blankets and beddings. And we also have another room full of winter clothing right now. So, and the whole big space is full of furniture. So we get donations on a regular basis. So we are sneaking up on 2,000 applications. And so there is one person will be filling out for the whole family, and we have some big families coming in, especially lately. There was family of 6, family of 7, family of 3, 4. It's you know, everybody is welcome at our center. We're focused on helping people who fled the war. I think the most difficult part of running this whole donation center would be picking up furniture, as it takes a lot. It takes a lot of people. We need trucks, we need trailers, and so then we're always looking for our delivery guys who have a truck, who can help once a week maybe or something and pick up some odd item here or there. So the people in Calgary, in Alberta, in Canada, they are just so open-hearted, open-minded, and wanting to help the ones in need. That's amazing, and we just deal with them all the time, and always restores the belief in humanity. We're hoping to help as many families in need as possible, and that's what we're doing all the time. Our mission is to help as many people as we can. What's important to know and remember is this is not government-funded program. This is run by volunteers. We're not getting paid for this. This is absolutely free. We do have occasional donations coming our way, which helps us to keep this running.
Calgary Ukrainian Donation Warehouse has been doing incredible work to help the displaced. Thousands of Ukrainians in Alberta need your help to start a new life. You might never know the difference you have brought to a person's life or a family. Charity and volunteering will always be beneficial for those who need it the most. It's challenging for Ukrainian newcomers to find work during the first couple of months, and many flee with little or no belongings and money. Without livelihood opportunities to help them earn income, refugees struggle to purchase even the most basic necessities, including the food they need to keep their families healthy and strong. Without food, their ability to be productive and begin rebuilding their lives is severely diminished. The Calgary Food Bank has become a place for the displaced where they can find enough food for themselves and their children. That non-profit organization collects safe, nutritious, and culturally appropriate food and redistributes it to individuals and families experiencing food insecurity. When Ukrainian newcomers came to Calgary, the Calgary Food Bank was overwhelmed. However, they didn't give up their efforts. They increased them and started to work at their maximum capacity to provide the food. Betty Jo has seen many people who live below the poverty line and cannot access sufficient, healthy food due to financial constraints. Her goal is to help people live a better life with enough food on their tables. Food Bank has been doing a fantastic job supporting those who need help. Talking to such people as Betty Jo and learning from their experiences is always interesting. Today we have this opportunity.
The Calgary Food Bank is the City of Calgary's main hub for food support, and we've been around for over 40 years now. And I work in the communications department. My name is Betty Jo Kaiser. There's actually 4 of us in the communications department, and our job is to tell people what's happening at the food bank, whether it's information about donations that are coming in or donations that we need, about our volunteers who are so important to our operation here. Sometimes we need more volunteers or volunteers for different shifts, so it's our job to communicate that. And another important part of what we do is communicating to different populations in the city how important it is if you need to access food, that we are here for you no matter what. The Calgary Food Bank gets food from very generous people and organizations. So a lot of people donate at the grocery store. We have bins and people can put in food that they purchase there. Grocery stores and food industry are also a very important aspect of the Calgary Food Bank and how we operate. So that's grocery stores or suppliers. If they have a surplus of food or for some reason they cannot sell the food, then we get that. And that's a very important donation we receive. Also, local gardeners and farmers. So we get a lot of fresh produce, particularly in the late summer and fall. And people that grow their own potatoes and carrots and beets and onions, they'll donate that to the Calgary Food Bank as well. Waste reduction is very important here at the Calgary Food Bank, and we have several programs to ensure that stuff isn't wasted and things like cardboard and plastics are properly recycled. I'd like to share with you a very important program. It's a fresh food rescue program that was launched last year with Calgary Co-op stores. Basically, Calgary Co-op every day quickly goes through all of their produce, their dairy and their meat, and if things are very close to a due date, they pull them off the shelves. Our trucks come and pick them up, and then we are able to put them into emergency food hampers immediately. And this is a very important program for us. In the fall, we surpassed 1 million pounds of food rescued. So even 1 or 2 years ago, that food would have ended up compost, some of it unfortunately in the landfill, but we're rescuing so much now. And that's just one of the many programs that we have to help reduce waste. So the Ukrainian people that have come to Calgary has actually really changed a lot for the Calgary Food Bank. About a year ago, we started a brand new department called Community Liaison. And this Community Liaison team was charged with connecting with other organizations in the city of Calgary to ensure we're reaching all of the population. And one of the things that they discovered is that newcomers to the city are not really being reached in the most effective way. So probably the most important thing about Ukrainian people that have come here is that we have been able to identify very quickly what their needs are and how to reach them. So we have an initiative that we do in collaboration with others. We go to St. Vladimir's Church, and along with Calgary Immigration Society and several others, we meet people that had to move here from Ukraine, and we ensure that they are signed up and can get an emergency food hamper and a little bit of extra support just until they're able to get on their feet. We're actually working on that now. It's not as easy as it sounds. Eliminate that language barrier. Yeah, no. We obviously have the Google Translate on our webpage, which does help for some people, but like I said, as part of our community liaison team's discovery that so many newcomers struggle with the language, we are starting to create a plan to be able to communicate with people that are new to Calgary. So 40% of our warehouse force is volunteer labor. At this time of year, we welcome 175 people each day to help get all of the food out. For most of my career, even though I took broadcasting and I did media, most of my career has been working in the nonprofit sector here in Calgary. I just think it's very important that for those of us who are able to, that we support others who are less fortunate. And that doesn't necessarily mean just food bank, they need food. Less fortunate can mean something different to anybody. It can be just having a really difficult time in your life. Maybe it's related to mental health, maybe it's related to addiction, maybe it's related to lack of family supports. There's always a need. We all need to be able to step up and help out. I'm very fortunate that I have a paying job where I get to see people get fed every single day, and that's, for me, that's wonderful. It's not like a job. I feel like it's a little bit like a calling, and I feel very, very blessed to work here.
I truly believe of giving back. I received some help when I was younger, and that changed my life. And I think this work that we're doing right now makes a huge difference in many, many people's lives. And in its turn, it makes a difference in people that stayed in Ukraine and going through hardship right now. And that's what moves me to keep going in this project.
I am happy to see the smiles of the families when they come here and they find the items they need. And that is really touching and warms my heart.
So we're in a position where I can be able to give back a little bit more, and I'm very, very grateful that I can do even a little bit to improve the lives of others in my city.
You have heard of those kind-hearted Albertans who are more than ready to give rather than receive. Our episode's heroes contribute to a cause and make the world a better place. They have proven that they are doing meaningful work. They have shown that their cause is helping people within Alberta. Thank you, kind-hearted Albertans. What you are doing will never be forgotten.